before we attach the hood, I want to have the body completely finished. And so now I'm going to attach my trim to the bottom. So there's lots of ways to finish the bottom. I'm showing you a very simple way that does not involve any hemming. And this is the way I teach my students to make their very first one so that they don't have to deal with interface or hemming. So my first thing is the reason I waited there at the end, I didn't finish this off is because I'm going to be adding that trim. And it's a rounded edge. If it was not a rounded edge, I could have gone ahead and started it. The other thing is I need my edges to match perfectly, and they do not. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut this to where it matches that other one perfectly, especially right there at the end. And even if you're not doing a rounded one, you do the same thing. You just make sure that that bottom edge matches perfectly, because you could have the edge not meet up, just like we did with the top of the hood, where the edge didn't meet up perfectly. Now, so if this were a straight bottomed one, I would begin attaching my double-sided bias tape, or I love to use quilt bias tape for the bottom. I've even used quilt bias tape on the pockets, but I prefer the pockets in the hood to be a little smaller trim, and I allow the bottom to have a little larger trim. So what I would do is I would begin attaching it right around here, around the back, and go all the way around. But because this is a rounded Atikłuq bottom, I'm going to start and do one side, go to this side, and then do the other side. And right here at the beginning, I have that line that I don't like, where they've sewn fabric pieces together. And so there's no need for pinning, and I'm going to attach it to the front and then the back. This is going to be sewn together so that I do not need I don't need extra. I just need to cover my fabric perfectly. So there, I've now attached it to the front. And now I'm going to do the same thing, attaching it to the back. See, the back doesn't have it, so then attach it to the back. Okay, as you can see, I have completed adding that second piece of bias tape to the front. You can't see it, but I've also added it to the back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these sections together and sew this bottom piece together. You can see that end is sewn together. It's not a 100% perfect match, but it's close. And then there's this end.